Welcome back. Well, everybody this time of year is asking about how is it going to be for Christmas? What does it look like for the new year? Well, we can't answer that with any kind of really good forecast, but we have this map. So let's talk about this. This is courtesy of the Climate Prediction Center. They do a 1 week, a 2 week outlook, a monthly outlook, an outlook through the year. But this is their 3 to 4 week temperature outlook that takes us from December 20th through January 2nd. And of course, it's looking like it's going to be warmer than normal, but this doesn't mean it's not going to be cold around the holidays. We're averaging out 2 weeks. So if we have 10 of those days in the 70s, but 4 in the 20s and 30s, it's still going to average out to be above normal. So we'll take this with a grain of salt, but right now it looks like the latter part of the month will be milder. You want to see cold and snow? Go up to the northern plains, the upper Midwest. We'll talk a little bit more about that tonight at 10. Meanwhile, for us right now, as we look at the upper level pattern, it's a dry, cool pattern. Frontal boundary passed through yesterday evening, and the cooler air following during the course of the day today, and that high pressure ridge building on in, keeping the winds breezy, but that high pressure ridge begins to shift off to the east. Winds lighten up overnight tonight, though. Temperatures get down into the mid-30s, maybe a little bit of a wind chill, but also a little bit of a saturated atmosphere. So we got to plan on maybe a little patchy fog, and that could also translate to patchy frost. Again, we measure these temperatures right here at 6 feet. What's down at the ground can be a lot colder given some evaporational cooling at the surface, at grass level, your garden level. So protect the tender vegetation. Upper 50s, lower 60s tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. And then as we head into tomorrow night, it will be milder. We'll probably hold in the 40s in Lafayette. As we head into Friday, we're going to push into the 70s with a westerly wind out ahead of this frontal boundary. It's going to be a very weak front that pushes on through Friday. I threw a 10% in there, but I don't think we see any shower activity. That's a little bit cooler going into Saturday with temperatures back down into the 60s. Tonight, though, it's going to be a little frosty, perhaps for the northernmost parishes of Acadiana, between 32 and 34 degrees. I-10 corridor, mid-30s. And mind you, on any clear night with just the right conditions, you can generate frost when we're measuring temperature at 39 or 40 degrees. So again, tender plants need some attention. Not a freeze, though, for most of Acadiana. Mid to upper 30s down along the coast. Then tomorrow's highs, mostly in the upper 50s. We'll go 57 to about 59, pretty much for everybody across the area. So overnight tonight's going to be a chilly one with that patchy fog and or frost possible, especially in northern parishes and more rural areas out in the country. 36 to the low. You see how the moon disappeared there? That's the model telling us that it thinks there's going to be some fog or maybe some just low clouds that develop toward daybreak. If they do, they'll burn off quickly. We'll be in mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Should be a beautiful day. 58 the projected low. High rather for tomorrow. As it's Monday, gang. Temperatures into the 70s as we indicated on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Still looking quite mild going into the weekend. Another front on the way late Saturday. Another front on the way Sunday night into Monday. Then cool and eventually maybe wet again come a week from Wednesday. That's it for weather for now. We'll have more coming up in just a little bit.